So I've been wanting to make this video for a long time and I've been kind of slacking on it. I know it's probably not trending, but I'm still gonna make it anyways. I want to do a more in-depth video on Project Mugen. Now, when I was on my stream, which is twitch.tv/Lobapixel, if you don't check us out there, you should definitely follow us there. But you know, we discuss a lot about different gacha games, upcoming gacha games and stuff, and Project Mugen is one of them. Now, with Project Mugen, I think right now, as I'm recording this, we're at 2.4 million pre-registrations in total. Like, that is insane, and this is global, right? The last time I checked, they were at 600,000 pre-registries, and now they're at 2 million. That's a huge jump, and it shows a big and very nice sign that Project Mugen might actually start off really good. Now, I was trying to compare it to the G game, you know, because I wanted to see the stats and stuff, and obviously it's not going to be at the same stats as Genshin Impact, but the G game had a lot of players right now. I think it's up to like 16 million players like daily or whatever it is, right? So now, you know, I really want to do an in-depth video on the gameplay. I really wanted to throw this detail out there because this is a lot of people signing up for this game. A lot of people are really excited about Project Mugen, as so as I am, because it's in this urban environment, something that I've been wanting in an open world, like anime action RPG game. Most likely it's probably going to be gacha. I'm thinking, there's no info that it's officially gacha, but it probably will be anyways. So I want to go over the actual like trailer itself. I want to point out a few details and do this in-depth analysis to really understand what the Project Mugen has to offer. And there was a couple things that I wanted to point out. I'm not gonna go too into depth on the lore. I'm really just trying to break down gameplay more. So I really want to talk about the open world. It's an open world urban city that you explore. All the NPCs look very lively, and to me that looks like a good sign. That means that the devs are actually putting in effort in so much little detail, which I can appreciate a ton. So exploring here is gonna be honestly probably a good thing. I'm hoping. What I don't want is sectional city areas and it's just like a small. I want to be able to like be like, okay, I could go from here and I can go to the beach, you know, like I want it all to be in one. I can't tell because, you know, this is a teaser, right? They didn't really show too much, so we don't really know if it's actual an open world where you could like go to different sections of the city, kind of like how the G game has Fontaine, Sumeru, Mondstadt, Liyue. Like you could go to each one, you could actually walk there if you really wanted to without using teleporters. I'm hoping that this is the case. I'm not really sure. But yeah, this seems to me very interesting. Now the train system, maybe the train system is your teleporter kind of thing. You get to go to each city, this and that, you know, who knows? I don't really know, but if that's the case, that would be really cool. If they could put that detail in there, that'd be really, really sweet. But I want to point out this little bitty detail where this character, he bumps into an NPC and he like kind of shrugs like, oh, like, you know, like, oops, I bumped into you. I know that's like probably a stupid small detail, but I wanted to throw it out there because, dude, those little details is what I live for in video games like this. I love that 100%. It is so freaking sick that they put that detail in there. Hopefully there's more like little detailed stuff that they do like that. I appreciate that. Devs are doing a great job on that stuff, you know. And this is the only area that we've seen that's like a beach area. Like, are we able to swim? Are we able to drive a boat? There's a boat there. There's a car that goes across. It's like can we drive that? You know, like there's a lot of things and a lot of questions. And this is not a part of the city, right? So like, is this outside the city? Is the city by the coast? Like there's a beach area, like, you know, like I have a lot of questions about this specifically. And is this travel, like, can you travel to it? Can you walk there? Or can you know, that's a lot of questions that I have that I really was thinking when I was watching this stuff, right? And then obviously everyone's talking about this, the spider web cable swinging. I mean, honestly, biggest feature ever. But the thing that I find interesting is that they showed earlier the train, like it looked like the girl, the pink hair, was going on the train, or it looks like she was waiting to go onto the train. And here, you know, he's just like, he's swinging through it. So like, maybe there is no point in using the train. I'm not sure, because he could just swing there, right? But honestly, this movement in like this anime action, like open world RPG kind of game is pretty unique. I mean, I know that they might seem like they're copying Spider-Man, right? Everyone's been saying that, but it is different, you know, in this gacha like market, right? It's something that we've never seen, and it does add a lot of spice to the game. I think it's gonna be very interesting to see what they do with this, right? The jumping, the movement. To me, I already think it looks better than Genshin's. For me, the exploration is great in Genshin, but it's just too slow for me. It takes too long to get from point A to point B. I know you could teleport, but like actually exploring, for me, it's not fun. It's too slow. I really want to compare this wall running though. I really like the wall running. It's not as smooth as Wuthering Waves, but it has that fast pace feeling towards like that. It has that fast pace like feeling that I love when I'm exploring. So when I was in the Wuthering Waves beta and I played it for like almost like 2 to 3 weeks straight, I was playing it every day. I loved it. I loved exploring because it was very fast paced. I could get through exploring very easily. It was fun. I liked the wall running. Everything felt very smooth. Genshin just feels like even when you're gliding, it kind of like pushes you back. Like there's a force stopping you from moving forward, and I can't stand it. It's such a big turnoff for me. But here in Project Mugen, this wall running looks insane. Like she's doing a like sideways wall running, not just going up or left. It's not like it's like, it looks very smooth, right? And she's just running. Like it's just, and she jumps too, and she could probably still swing from here, which is to me insane. Now, my question is, I just hope that the environment is not sectional. I don't want to go in like sections. I want this whole thing to be a whole open world. And I'm pretty sure you guys want the same thing as well, right? Now, I'm also gonna point out, I think this guy is probably like the MC. There's probably gonna be male MC and a female MC. I think this is the male one. Not really sure, but we can make our speculation and guesses. This world looks insane. Obviously, everybody's gonna want to probably climb this huge tower in the background, right? That huge tower in the background of that. Everyone's gonna try to want to climb it, and it'd be pretty cool if it was an achievement for that. It'd be pretty cool. The graffiti stuff, maybe it's like her thing. I don't know. I found it interesting, and like the painting is like moving too, which is kind of weird. Now this is another weird thing. Like, is this like it kind of looks like an elevator. They go down or up, or maybe somebody dropped it. I don't know exactly what this is. Yeah, it is. It looks like an elevator, right? So is that taking me down? Is this 12? Is there 12 floor? Is this like the top floor and then there's 12 floors below the city? Is there like an underground city that we can explore, or underground area that we can explore as well? Not really sure. I thought that was very interesting. And another thing to point out, guys, that in this part where you see the city, you see all these NPCs, the detail is amazing, dude. I absolutely love it. They're doing such a great job in the colors, and it feels like a real city. Like, and I like that. It's very lively. And in this part to me is like insane. Like, are we gonna be able to already swim in an underwater environment already with these, like, they look like jellyfish enemies? I'm not sure, but I thought it was very interesting that they put this detail already so soon, because like maybe it's a hint at underwater like exploration already, and they just like, they're just advertising. They just put out their first trailer, so like it's insane that they're already showing this. I think it might be like maybe we'll be able to not swim, but maybe it's like we'll be able to feel like, you know, there's like less gravity, like maybe you could jump higher or swings faster. I don't know if that's going to be the best case, but it's still very interesting to see this very important detail that a lot of people have not pointed out. So I'm pointing it out for you guys. And to me, when I saw this thing, I was like, dude, this has to be like the main tower that you unlock, that unlocks the map area. Kind of like, you know, how Breath of the Wild, when you go to like the tower, it unlocks a piece of an area on the map. We can just assume it's probably the same exact thing. You can see the characters right here in the middle at the top. Let's just assume that that's what it is, which might be proven that this might be sectional areas in the city, but still pretty cool. It looks like this person just unlocked it, right? Now, another thing, dude, this is crazy, right? Are we gonna be able to just GTA any car that we want, right? Or do we get to have our own custom car? It'd be cool if we could upgrade our own car, change the color, do some Need for Speed stuff, you know, like give us that little like mini Need for Speed kind of feeling. I would absolutely freaking love that. That'd be so sick. I don't know if that's what they're kind of going with this. I would really appreciate it if they did. And I love that, you know, since we're in a different country, that they're driving on the left side instead of the right side. I thought that was a really cool detail I wanted to point out, you know, because, you know, like you're in another country. Like not all countries, like, you know, in America we are on the right side and left side. So it was cool to see that it was on the opposite. So for me, it's gonna be very interesting because I'm not used to that, but I can learn to appreciate and appreciate the culture and the differences in different countries. And it's cool to see that. Like, we're on the other side, you know, whatever. Another thing I want to point out, this girl, this is Taffy. Taffy is the only character right now that I think has a weapon as a vehicle, and she can attack with her vehicle, right? I thought that detail was very interesting. And then here we have the whole crew. We know that Taffy's here. We have Bansi is here. I think this is Alan over here. Yeah, this is Alan. We have Mechanica, which is this girl, right? We haven't seen much of her. We have Dila, which everybody's going crazy for, Dila. And there's two other character names that we don't know, and it's this girl with the green, and then this other girl with, like, she uses a bat as a weapon. And then also we can maybe assume this is the MC. But honestly, right now, with the way the devs are, like, you know, going about this game, like, these little details in this little cutscene shows, like, you know, these characters there's a lot of emotion, you know, this, like, the character on the left is sleepy, you know, like, it's cool, like, and it shows, it's like more lively, right? And you know, this cool, you know, there's like music here, whatever. You know, they're at a concert, like, cool, DJ concert, you know, awesome. Now it starts getting into like this lore. I have a feeling, I didn't want to get into lore into this video, but I do want to point out that I think Dila has some type of connection to that big giant, like, crazy monster that they call in the trailer, because they kind of look identical. And also another thing, I don't know if this is a Pikachu reference. It does look like Pikachu's tail. It's weird that they have two, but if they do some crazy collab with Pokemon, oh my God, like, it would be such smart marketing, right? Like, you tap into another fan base, another community that's massive, right? You want to bring those Pokemon people into a gacha game, right? It's going to bring a lot of players, especially if it's Pokemon. People love Pokemon, right? So if that's the case, cool. If not, maybe it's just like, maybe it's just like the design of the TVs. I don't know. We might be overthinking it, but if they decide to go the Pokemon route, trying to bring people in, I think it's very smart. So they could grow the game a little bit more and possibly surpass the G game. Who knows? Who knows, right? I don't know. I'm just saying that that's possible. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen, but it is a possibility that it can happen because Pokemon has been around for a long time, dude, and Pokemon has a huge amount of people that love Pokemon, and they've been around for years. So it'd be very interesting to see if this is the case. We don't really know yet, right? But yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Okay, so here we go. So Dila, this is what I was referencing to Dila. I think Dila has a connection to this monster thing. They look somewhat identical when it comes to like the hair pieces. They have like this little, it looks like a Primo, right? Like the little Primo thing is on the top of their hair. I've noticed too that a lot of the characters, I think they all have psychic abilities because they have like this weird aura, like this purple aura that's around them. All of it is very identical. It might be the same purple aura, it might be a little bit of a different shading or blue shading, whatever you want to call it. But I still found it very interesting that they had a very similar aura. So does she, this monster girl, whatever you want to call her, right? Has a similar aura. So it looks like the people with the aura have like this power that they can use to fight these people, whatever you want to call them, right? Monsters. But it would be cool to see a boss fight. Is she gonna be a boss fight in the future? I hope so. It'll be pretty cool to fight a boss like this. It's freaking massive. And it would be pretty interesting, right? Because if we're able to fight this boss in this environment, it means that we could climb up these skyscrapers and possibly try to attack her from the skyscrapers. Maybe we have to hit like different parts of her and weaken her by parts, like by the arm or by the legs or by the head at the final, whatever you want to call it, right? Who knows? I think if we're able to fight this boss, I would like to use the buildings to fight her. I think that'd be really cool. Could be just me, I don't know. Maybe she'll put her hand on one of the buildings and like she uses her powers to bring enemies, and you have to fight the enemies and then destroy her hand, and then she's like weak, and then, you know, you do it on different buildings, right? So I don't know. I think it would be cool to see. And Taffy just seemed, I love her character here. She just seems like kind of lazy, chill, laid back, you know. It's cool that they're putting a lot of personality into these characters. I can appreciate it a ton because, you know, they showed a lot during this trailer. Now, we got to talk about the wall running, man, again, because, dude, the wall running is just insane. That wall run jump is just, dude, it's such a huge leap, right? Look how high you're getting, right? And then you basically web swing, auto target the enemy, and it pulls you towards them, and then you attack. She does a little attack there, and obviously we have the ult animation. This girl seems pretty cool because I think with her ult, she uses a bow and arrow, but the actual bow is her sword, her katana that she uses as she's attacking, and then she does like this big AoE, big freaking attack. It's super cool, and she destroys them both. Now, here's another character that I find very interesting. I wasn't expecting this when I first saw this. I wasn't expecting to see a gun user in the game. I mean, that's actually a pretty big deal already. And Banzi here, which is the girl with the pink hair, she can literally like throw like these like little mini grenades, and she could shoot. It kind of looks like Splatoon paint kind of stuff, right? But you have like a third person shooter here, and you can literally start shooting. It looks like balls of paint, right? Like light paint or whatever, or psychic paint, right? Because they have a aura. That's probably her aura from her psychic abilities, right? So I thought that was very interesting. It's cool to see that that's just one gun user. That means that there probably might be more gun users in the future. So I thought that was really cool. Now, with Taffy here, I want to explain that she attacks while she uses her moped thing. Now, I don't know if the moped has like, maybe it's like a cooldown kind of skill, you know, ability or whatever you want to call it. But here you can see that she has an aura around her again, psychic aura. It's like a light blue, maybe indicating that her ult is ready. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. She drinks soda, gets crazy pumped, and then she does like this crazy attack, right? With her moped, right? So I don't know if the moped is like limited. Can she permanently use it around the whole town, or is it a skill that she uses for a short period of time? I feel like it's a short period of time, but you guys let me know in the comments below. I'm not really sure. It's really hard to tell. Now, if this is the MC, he also has psychic abilities, which he basically just gets stuff and throws it all around, right? I'm trying to figure out, like, does he have any other ability besides just throwing stuff? Because we didn't really see any actual, that this is combat, but like maybe this is like a skill, or I don't think it would be an ultimate attack because there was no animation, right? So maybe it's just like a skill that you could like aim. He can like aim at what he wants to throw at enemies, and he aims at it, uses his skill, and it throws it, and it does this animation automatically. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not really sure. Now, we have this Bat Girl, baseball girl, whatever you want to call her, right? I think when she does like her skill here, which, dude, this skill is insane, right? So this Bat Girl, she does a skill where she, like, these hands, the enemies get closer to you so she could swing and hit them all. And I like the little animation here. There's like a chain. They're all locked up. They cannot get away from the hands. And then she kicks them. She kicks them, and she has a red aura instead. Now you're seeing all these little details, right? All of them have different aura colors. Is that an actual elemental type? I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. It was something that I feel like we haven't seen. But she has red. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's fire. But she knocks him out. Okay, now I want to talk about this guy. I think his name is Alan. Okay, so dude, Alan is super sick. Alan has this dope outfit. Look at his shoes. He looks super cool. And I compared him a lot to, if you guys have never played Kingdom Hearts 3, the Monster Inc. world, there's a Keyblade there that transforms into yo-yos. And I'm pretty sure they took some inspiration from here because he literally uses yo-yos as like his main attack. Like, it got me super excited because I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. So when I saw this, I was like, oh damn, this is like, I'm gonna use this character. And this is like an ice, you know, you could see it's ice. The only thing I found interesting with this character specifically was he's not glowing here. So I don't know if the glowing is only on the weapon or on the character, or maybe they didn't want to show off his ult. Maybe the glowing is only when your ult is ready, because every single person that we've seen that had the glowing stuff, they kind of used their ultimate attack already. So he seems like a very interesting character. I think he's really cool. Now, okay, so now we could say that this Batgirl is fire type of user because she does use her ult here. And she swipes through, boom, destroys everybody with fire. And this kind of looks like, this almost looks like a fox. I don't know, maybe she has a Naruto's fox in her. I don't know, but yeah. Now we're getting into like the lore of stuff. See, this is why I said when they showed Dila here hanging, like maybe this is like the bad side of her. She does have similarities to the monster that we saw earlier in the trailer. So I feel like they have to have some type of connection. And then also this, when I saw this guy, I'm pretty sure this guy's probably like a mini boss in the game. We were fighting him earlier when we were shooting with the girl with the pink hair. I forgot her name, but we were shooting with the girl with the pink hair, and she was fighting this guy from like a rooftop. So it does look like kind of like a mini boss kind of guy, like not like an actual like regular enemy, but for sure mini boss, and he looks very very impressive. And yeah, the animations are dope. You know, they have emotions, you know, some cutscenes. The cutscenes look amazing, dude. Like I have so many questions, right? So many questions. So very exciting stuff. I mean, see, like, you know, you see what I'm saying? Like, look, so what I said earlier, like when you're fighting that monster, right? Maybe this is part of like when you start beating the boss, like, see, you're on the rooftop. Maybe you can attack from the rooftop and attack the monster. You know, like if that's like how the boss battle will be, I would absolutely love that. That'll be super sick. And then, you know, you get into that cutscene where you freaking punch, and yeah, Project Mugen. So yeah, guys, I mean, there is a lot to go over when it comes to like this whole trailer. Is only like a 3-minute trailer, but we went through everything. Please let me know in the comments below if I missed out on any details at all. I would love to hear from you guys feedback. I really wanted to break it down. I think I broke it down very well. I don't think I missed out on anything, unless you guys have some lore that you think you might have predictions on. Would be interesting to hear about that. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.